Here's my compass. It's made up of two different size triangles, the big triangles and the small triangles. So I need to make two different molds, but I need to do 4 different pores, each for the light and dark big triangles and the light and dark small triangles. For my materials, I have some concrete. I have some concrete coloring. This is the charcoal color, some cooking spray, some silicone, and 4 boards of 1x6 by 8 feet long, and then I have a dry erase board. So I'll cut these down to size first. I need to be able to make the compass the same thickness as the rest of the sidewalk. So I grabbed one of the pavers and I'm just going to line it up with a piece of wood here. Make a little mark at the top. And then that's my thickness that I need to run all these through with the table saw. Alright, now I have them to the correct thickness. Now I need to make them to the correct length. I have a guesstimate right here. I'm going to make them a little longer and mark off to the correct angles. My jigsaw puzzle is complete. I wasn't expecting I'd be able to fit all of one color on one pour, but I am able to because they all fit. So I only need to do 2 pours, one for the light and one for the dark. So 1, 2, 3, 4 big triangles, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 smaller triangles. I'm going to mark them all to size and cut them at the angles that they need to be, and we'll go from there. I need to find the angles of what I need to cut these pieces at. So what I did is I cut them all 2 inches longer, and I made a mark 2 inches in, so the actual size will be right here and right here. And then I cut an extra piece that's the exact size of this side. And so I moved this piece of wood to make the correct angle to make these match. And then I got the one that's 2 inches bigger, and I place it right on top and just make sure that I line up this line and this line. And now I can make a mark, take a pencil, just make a mark underneath and on this side. I've already done that, and this will be the angle that I need to make in order for this piece of wood to fit in perfectly right here and right here. I have a, I'm not sure what you call this, but you can line it up on the piece of wood. It's hard to do with this one hand. But anyway, this will tell you the exact angle that you need. Put this against a straight edge, and then you can line it up and it'll tell you exactly what angle you need. And then you can just go and translate that to your miter saw and you'll have a perfect cut. Alright, so this is what it looks like after I cut the angles. Next thing I need to do is, I was going to cut the top of this, but Ed messed everything up. I cut these pieces too short to be able to do that, and I don't want to cut more. So what I'm going to do, next best thing, is use duct tape up there and brad nails down here. I'll be mixing my concrete in my wheelbarrow. It does have a crack in it, but that is easily fixed with duct tape. I have some chicken wire here, and I cut little strips I'll be placing inside the molds just to help strengthen the concrete. Make sure you mix your concrete per the instructions on your bag. This one calls for 2.8 liters for the whole 80-pound bag. Alright, got everything poured. I screeded everything and banged a mallet around for a little bit, try to get the air bubbles out and make sure it gets into the corners real good. I had to support my little table here just to make it level so it dries level. I let it dry for a day, come back and see what it looks like. I got them out of the molds, and if you remember, I poured them all the same. I didn't add any dye to any of them, so it kind of is funny how it worked out, where the top side is a lighter color and what was on the bottom is a dark gray color, which looks really cool. But I think this will lighten up over time. I'm not sure. We'll see how that goes. But I'm not sure what I need to do like this. It didn't fully get everywhere that I wanted it to go. These bigger pieces, they're really fragile, looks like, on the end. So maybe I can just kind of round them out right here, all the same, so they won't crack on the edges. You can see those right here are the same way. So I'll have to figure out what I want to do with that. But as far as how it looks pretty cool. It is a new day, and it's going to be my second pour. My first one didn't go so well. I had rocks in the mix and just didn't get into the corners well enough and just left a lot of voids. So I decided to do it again. After speaking with a professional at the Blue Store, he suggested I use this Portland cement right here, type 1 and 2 and mix it with a bag of sand. So half a bag of this Portland cement and 1 bag of the sand. So we'll mix that up and see what this looks like. Been a couple days. I believe it's dry now. Let's see what it looks like. Here we got them out of the molds. They look pretty good. They all got into the corners real nice, with the exception of one, this one right here. But I don't think that'll be a problem, because what I'm wanting to do, or what I think I'm going to do, is round out the corners right here just a little bit, just to make it not so sharp and reduce the risk of it cracking on the ends at the weak spots. I guess the worst part of all of them is right here, has a little void right there, but I can live with that. I brought these other two from the first pour out for comparison. Remember, this one had the big void in the middle, and also this one has one as well, and also a little chip right here in the corner. So overall, I think the sand mixture is a lot better for getting in the corners, as far as that's concerned, but I'm not sure about strength. I guess time will tell with that. So I'll stick with this one, and it's time to make the darker gray tinted molds. All of the molds are cleaned up now. I have them hot glued to the back of the dry erase board. I'm not using the front this time because it's just all scratched up from where I was trying to clean it off last time. So I'm going to use the back. And since I'm using the back, I'm going to use some cooking spray to help make sure the molds don't stick, or the concrete doesn't stick to the back and insides. It'll just be easier to get apart, hopefully. This is the one I'm going to be using the tint. I have all these the opposite direction of the first pour, so they will match up. For the color, I'll be using this cement color, charcoal. The directions say to pour half of this bottle and to mix with 1 bag. So you just pour it directly into the water that you're going to be using and mix it up just like normal, and we'll see what it looks like. here they are out of the molds. It all went to the corners real nice. I'm pretty satisfied with that. We'll see how the color looks compared to the first ones. Hopefully it's dark enough. That's my only concern right now. But let's go check it out. Here's my supposed to be compass. I did not do my angles correctly, so I have some gaps here that I'll need to fix somehow or another. I'm not going to make new molds and pour concrete. It's just going to take too much time. I'll have to figure something else out. But for now, I'm going to use my angle grinder, and I'm going to make these edges not so sharp, so hopefully they will not chip off in the future. All right, that's done. They cleaned up nicely. The gray ones definitely were easier to get a smoother edge on than the lighter ones. Could be the lighter ones are stronger than the gray ones. I'm not sure. Time will tell. But let's keep going. Here's my compass all laid out. As you can see, it's not perfect. So each triangle is supposed to be having a 45-degree angle. Each one of these is supposed to be a 45-degree angle. This is supposed to make 90, and the whole thing is supposed to be 360. So I have this little tool, not sure what it's called, but I measured one of them and it was only 40 degrees. So luckily I made a mistake on the first ones, and I was able to cut down these to 45 degrees. And now this is straight across level. As you can see where these are not level right here. So I was able to cut off about 3/8 of an inch on these quarters right here, and it's gonna make it straight. Let's go ahead and do that. Here I have my compass all laid out. I cut the edges as you saw. I like how it looks. It's not perfect, you can see that one gap there, but I like how it looks. I think I'll continue on, and this is what it'll look like. I do have it pointed in the correct direction, north, south, east, and west. So now I just got to finish laying the bricks around it, and that'll be it. All right, there we have it. All the cutting is done. Looks pretty good. I'm happy with it. I need to put the borders on, and I need to put sand in the middle. And once that is complete, that's wraps. I think I'll do that tomorrow though. To this sidewalk.